Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to RobMotive. I've got a list here of 7 things that you may not have known about the new Toyota Tacoma. Some of them I didn't know, and one I just found out today, and that's the one we're going to start with. So let's go ahead and jump in. First of all, notice, my truck is filthy dirty. Ew. Needs to be cleaned, but anyway, that's not what this video is about. So, over on the group, we had somebody recently post a question about their shifter, and that they discovered that when they were in drive, like so, you guys can see we're in drive, they maybe accidentally, I don't know, but they pushed it forward without pushing the button, and it went into neutral, just like that. And then you can go back to drive without ever pushing the button on the side. I did not know this. Been driving for decades. I've always pushed the button when shifting between different gears or settings. What about reverse? Let's go to reverse. So you can see we're in reverse right now. What happens if I go to neutral? I go to neutral. Check that out. What about drive? I can go straight down to drive. Now, what if I go back up? I'm in neutral, but it will not let me go into reverse without pushing the button. That's how it functions, and I'm a little embarrassed to say I never knew that. Now, let's move on to number 2. Let's go back to park, where you do have to push the knob, of course. Number 2, there is a button over here where you can adjust the height or angle of your headlights. A lot of people don't know. They see this, they don't know what it's for. That's what it's for. How does that come in handy? Well, if you're towing or hauling something and it's pushing the truck down, raising the headlights, you can change the angle so that you're not blinding everybody when you're driving down the road. And just as important, I guess, is so that you can actually have good coverage when you're trying to see, right? Now, the next one. We have to jump out of the truck. Let's make sure we're in park. There we go. We're gonna go around to the back or the side here. And this has to do with the bed step. Now, if you're looking to put one of these on, and they're very handy, I love having this myself. There are threaded holes under there in the frame piece so that you can go ahead and put this in yourself. Now, one little note on that, if your truck came with the tow hooks or recovery points on the back from the manufacturer, you will need a spacer to be able to put the step on, because it will not fit if you have that towing point back here on the back. You can buy those. Pretty simple. There'll be a link down below, but I love this thing myself. Just makes it easier to get in and out of the bed. Now, I left my list sitting in here. Let's go around to the back again. We have indents back here if you happen to be interested in putting one of those flip over bed extenders on, you know, so you can haul, I guess, longer stuff or keep stuff from falling out, in theory. Now, there are indents here, and I do have the bed stiffeners here, so I'm kind of covering one of them. But you can see maybe here, there's an indent here, here, and then I believe there's another one over here, so that you know where to drill through and put those inserts in so that you can actually screw in the brackets to hold that bed extender on the back. There's no guesswork to it. Kudos to Toyota for actually doing that. You might be able to see the other one a little bit better there. It's right here. And the other one, I don't know if we can see it, but there are, I believe, 3 back there. Again, just a way to be able to add a bed extender back here easily without having to guess where you need to put the holes, right? Now, let's jump back in. Oops, I don't have my cover on there right. There we go. I had this off or something and I never put it back in correctly, but it's in right now. Let's jump in and notice when I'm in the truck, my lights are off in here, right? Now, how do you change that? Well, it's this little switch up here. A lot of people get confused. If you have it in the center like so, you'll notice it lights up, right? It's lit up there, and it's lit up in the back. If you want to have it on when you're inside, and let's make sure this works, we'll shut the door. You just go ahead and flip it all the way over like I've done there, and you can see the one in the back. That, of course, is if it's nighttime and you're in the truck with the doors closed and you want to be able to have the lights on. If you want it to function again, when you open the doors, you have it in the center part like so. I'll open the door and you can see the lights come on. If you want them off, which is how I prefer it, you just flip it to off. I know I have seen, and I only bring this up because I've seen comments in the group and the channel, people wondering if their lights aren't working. Do they need to go to the dealership because their lights don't come on? That's because they've got them turned off. Pretty simple, right? Next up, two things kind of on the outside, so we can go ahead and shut the truck off. Don't want to burn any more of that gasoline than I need to, right? The doors. If you happen to notice when you get in and out of your truck and you move your doors around like so, there's a sloshing sound. That's because the drains on the bottom are closed. The truck comes with plugs in the drains. There are 3 on each side in each door. If you pull these out, and they do pull out, any water that happens to have gotten down inside your doors will drain out. Why Toyota puts these in as standard, I don't know. I think that they should be left out. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Why wouldn't you want them to drain all the time? I don't really know if I get that. But nonetheless, water can get in. Say you have your windows down or maybe down through the seals or whatever. That's how you would, I guess, manually drain them out. Lastly, the manual seat. And this only applies if you have a manual seat. I have seen numerous people complaining something's wrong with their seat, and there kind of is, but it lowers by itself. That is not true. You have this stupid lever which is located too far up over here, and every time, most times, when you get in and out, you slide your rear end across this lever, pushing it down. When you push it down, it lowers the seat. And if you're like me, I do it every time I get in and out because I slide in and out of the truck, right? You can kind of see the creases here that I'm creating. It's not a problem per se with the mechanism on the seat itself. It's a problem with the way it was designed and having this lever too close to the top where your rear end slides. Now, I've had a few people want to argue that with me. No, I never hit that thing. Well, I'm telling you, you do. Pay extra close attention when you get in and out of the truck, and you'll find out it's you that's causing the problem. Anyway, those are just, I guess, 7 things that you may not have known, some I'm sure you did, about the new Toyota Tacoma. The most recent discovery for me was that shifter and being able to push into neutral from either reverse or drive without having to push the button. I guess you learn something new every day. Leave a comment. Let me know if you knew about all these things. Also, smash that subscribe button if you haven't before, and we'll see you next time on the web. Bye.